Hello and welcome to this short lesson on how to play the tune Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. This is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with a little bit of a difference in that we play it in the normal major key and then we're going to play it in a minor key and then we're going to come back to the major key. So I think what I'll do first of all is just play the tune through with my track here and then you'll get a bit of an idea of what we're going for. So this is a little turnaround intro, then we're in. Okay, then we have the turnaround again, and then we go to the minor key version. Quite strange sounding. Okay, turn around again and we're going to go back to the major key version, the normal version. Okay, so let's deal with the normal version first of all. We're in the key of C major, and so pretty straightforward. The timing is always in sets of 7, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th beat, if you like, is empty each time. So if you like, in counting in 4s, as you should do, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that kind of idea. All downstrokes of the plectrum. You've got the first fret of the B, first finger, third fret of the E, third finger, then bring your third finger up to the 5th fret, and you can either bring it back down to the 3rd fret or use your first finger on the 3rd fret and it comes back to that. If you want to do a nice little slur, the little slide, it's quite nice. Vibrato where I can, wobbling the string. If you can do that, it's great. Runs down again. Now the next two lines are the same. They run down. Same thing twice. You'll notice at the end of both those lines it says plus harmony. I'll deal with that in a moment. And then you end with the first part again. A very simple A, B, A kind of sequence. Very simple. And it says at the beginning, doesn't it, wait for the turnaround. Turnaround's a classic intro which plays the end of the tune at the beginning to give you a chance to settle down. So very, very straightforward. Can't really go far wrong with that, I don't think. This is in my simple note code where the number is the fret and the letter is the string. So if it says 1B, first fret of the B string, and make sure your finger's close to the fret and pressing very hard. Now I did mention at the end of line 3 and the end of line 4 it says plus harmony, and what you would do here, you would play, instead of playing line 3 and line 4, play the harmony instead. So instead of playing, you would play the lower harmony, which is. Now by definition a harmony is a group of notes with the same timing as the main group of notes, but those notes are different, but they sound nice when played with the main group. So if I sing the tune and play the harmony, hopefully you'll hear what I mean. La 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 la. So I was la-la-la-ing the main tune and playing the harmony. So that's something you might want to try. You might want to record the normal tune and then play your recording back and try the harmony with it. And that sounds pretty nice. And that's a lower harmony. It's a group of notes just below the main group that sound nice with it. So that's something you can try. Very, very straightforward, and you can't really go far wrong with that. When it goes into the minor key, very different sounding, and it sort of sounds wrong, doesn't it? Because it is. It's not the normal tune. And what I've done, I've changed a couple of notes to turn it into a minor key. So instead of coming up to the 5th fret, I go to the 4th fret. So if I show you the jump up from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, and the jump up from the 3rd fret to the 4th fret, you'll see the jump up is obviously a lesser distance from 3 to 4 than it is from 3 to 5. So it's lesser, or if you like, minor. See, that's what minor means. It means lesser. So it's not such a great distance, and that turns it into minor. And it gives us that kind of sad feeling. Makes us feel quite sad. See? And then here, instead of playing open E, I drop down to E flat, which is 4th fret the B, and carry on in that vein. Very mournful, very sad, isn't it? Same timing, of course. So here's this note, this 4th fret, which is A flat. The note 5th fret of the E is A. The note 4th fret of the E is A flat. So in other words, if you drop down a semitone, you flatten the note. So A becomes A flat. See? And E becomes E flat. And of course, I showed you E there as 5th fret of the B. We play it as open E. See, same note. That's a good way of demonstrating how that E becomes an E flat. And of course, the timing is exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Exactly the same. In a way, the fingering is more straightforward because there's no 5th fret. So anything 1st fret is 1st finger. Anything 3rd fret is 3rd finger. Anything 4th fret is 4th finger. And I don't think there is anything on the 2nd fret, so you don't have to worry about the 2nd finger. And just the same as with the normal tune, you've got the harmony at the end of line 3, the end of line 4. So instead of playing, you would play la 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 la. Same idea, a little harmony just underneath the main notes. 4B, 3B, 1B and open B, and that gives you a nice little harmony. And then you have the turnaround again and you go back to the major key, play the normal tune that everyone knows. It says at the bottom of the page, notes used in this tune. It tells you the name of the note and where it's found on the guitar. This confuses people sometimes. So what I call 1B is 1st fret of the B string, but it does have a name. It's called C. That note is a C note. 3B is a D, 4B is an E flat, OE is an E, 1E is an F, 3E is a G, 4E is an A flat, and 5E is an A, and also OB is a B. So there's quite a few notes to be played in this tune, and it says at the bottom in the minor version of the tune, A flat replaces A, and E flat replaces E. So that is pretty straightforward. Now when I first started teaching the guitar many years ago, you know, I started playing little tunes like this and I thought, well, they sound okay, but they sound a bit thin. I wonder if there's a way of doing it where I can play chords and play the tune as well. And of course there is. But what you do is you hold down forms of the chords and you make the highest note in the chord the melody note or the tune note, like this. well. This is probably a bit too difficult to go into at the moment. For most people looking at this video, it's going to be too hard to play. But I'll show you a little bit of the major key version. I'm holding down a normal C chord, and my melody note's on the B string. So when I strum, I don't strum further than the B string. And then I add my little finger to the 3rd fret of the E string and play the top 5 strings. And the next note is 5E. I do a little D shape on the 5th fret, that gives me an F chord. Strum the top 3 strings, come back to my C chord with my little finger on the 3rd fret of the E, normal F chord, top 4 strings, normal C chord, top 5 strings, a G chord but with the finger moved over to the 3rd fret of the B, play up to and including the B string, normal C chord, play as far as the B string. Add the little finger to the C chord, 3rd fret of the E, play that top 5 strings, normal F chord, normal C chord, and then the G chord with the finger moved over, same again, and then the first bar again. So if you watch this and you're interested in doing it, obviously let me know when you see me, and I'll show you. But it's it's a cracking little tune, and it makes people smile. Every child sings this when they're very, very young. I certainly did, and it's a tune that's really familiar to people. So it's one really worth learning, I think. And of course, the minor key version of it gives it a nice little twist.